I got all the vision.
Hello, guys. I'm bringing a really weird episode to you guys. Well, it's technically two episodes merged into one, but unfortunately, my audio recording, like my voice, it didn't record because I'm a freaking dumbass. But yeah, I did two episodes for Scarlet, and neither one of them recorded my voice, so I'm a little pissed off, but it'll be fine. Like, it's my first time actually doing a voiceover for a video. And funny story. Hold on, ignore that zoom in. Funny story. I re-recorded my audio after I edited this video. And I'm again a dumbass. So I was like, let me capture my audio the exact same way I've been capturing it with my capture card, and look at the edited video on Premiere Pro, right? And it fucked my audio up again because I don't think my laptop can handle like looking over a video that that's still like raw and editing and record voice at the exact same time. So, I'm a dumbass, but apparently you could just record your audio inside the program already, like Premiere Pro. So I just jumped through like an extra hurdle that fucked up my voice once again. But here we are, hopefully third time's the charm. This is really hard to do for me the last time because I was like, damn, this is going to be easier. Like, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Like, just I'll watch the video and then comment. That shit is not easy, guys. This is, spoiler alert, well, I guess you already know, a 30-minute video. Every time I thought I was like going for 10 minutes, I would look at the time, and it's only been 2.5 minutes. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I cannot do this another like 10 times. Also, yes, that man is a misogynist. Sorry. But yeah, no, let's focus on the actual gameplay now. Now that I hopefully have solved my issue, and hopefully it would never happen again. So yes, we're back in the classroom with all the 4 frame per second students. This part was really hard to talk about because it's basically just story, and the same story we went over the last episode, or 2 episodes ago. There's literally nothing else for me to add. There's like one major difference later on that you guys will see eventually, but it takes so long to get there, and then like everything in between, everything after that is the exact same, and it's just a bunch of me pressing A over and over and over again. Yeah, no, this part of the episode was really hard to dub over, but now I have the previous dub to like complain about, so that's giving me more stuff to talk about. It's a win-win. Well, lose-win, whatever. So yeah, we're just talking to Arvin here. It's really funny seeing everything in. This is 3 times speed. It's so funny to me. But yeah, no, there's not much for me to talk about. He fucking dips out of here, and I'm like, okay, me too. And then I get a mysterious call, right? You guys remember these? But yes, I don't know if this is actually. What the fuck is her name? Penny? That's her name, right? The Eevee girl? I think it's Penny. I actually don't know anything about the story for these games. I already told you guys that, but yeah. So we're gonna jump back into Nimona. Jump back into class to talk to Nimona. And she's talking to fucking big ass hair over here. You got long ass legs. But yeah, we're just gonna keep mashing A, and it's so funny how you say yes to both of them, and they're just like, wait, hold on, let me tell you why you should have said yes. And it's like, dude, I did. I still haven't met the baddie in the back. There's a lot of teachers that are baddies in this game, male and female. Hopefully you guys will get to see them in a recent episode. So we're going to jump into the director's office. I was going to say into my room with Nimona, but that comes later. So we're talking to this motherfucker over here that, again, is a misogynist. But here comes my favorite part of the entire video. I'm so stupid. Please ignore. I'm also not pressing the A button just because of like how hypnotized I was at that point. She is so bad, guys. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm a dumbass. So, what else can I talk about? Oh, he who must not be yamed, right? This motherfucker will not shut his ass up. He keeps digging a bigger and bigger hole, and I was forced to remove my CDs. And like I bought shelves for them specifically from IKEA to put his CDs on display, right? That's not cool anymore, bro. I'm gonna get my ass beat. So I put them all down and I replaced them with all of my Pokemon games. But the downside is that I am really afraid of like the sun bleaching shit, because yeah, I just am. Like, even if they're not in direct sunlight, I feel like they can still get sun bleached. And that's just something I've always been like really scared of. So I think I'm just gonna relocate my shelves to like my wall that doesn't get absolutely any sunlight, just to be safe.
It's time to do.
It's so funny watching this stupid edit. It's so fun to edit. You guys should try it sometimes. There's some episodes where I really hate myself because I like every time I catch a Pokemon and add it to my team or switch team members, I like edit it, right? And there was like one episode where I like would go and catch two new Pokemon, so I would have to like render a new PNG for them to do like the little glow transition I do for them. But then I would immediately box them and then go catch another two, and so I just did that like 3 or 4 times in one episode, and that shit was horrible, bro. So that's something I learned after my first couple of recordings. I was like, there's no way I'm ever doing this again. I can either do this off camera after the episode ends, or be more conscious of which Pokemons that I'm switching in and out, so I don't like waste a lot of time editing, because it really took a long ass time to do that. And we're almost done with this first episode. There's just this girl showing off her big ass lizard. The way she ran. Okay, just real quick, sorry. Back on the he who must not be yamed thing. His subreddit got completely overtaken by like Holocaust remembrance post, or like, yes, and then like also by the Taylor Swift subreddit, and I found that shit so hilarious, dude. It's one of the instances where I really like the internet. You know, they we all came together and to like spite this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I like when the internet like comes together and does stuff like that with basically zero coordination. I just always find that really like charming. I wish the internet was more like that, like more frequently, right? Okay, so we finally get on our lizard. I don't know what I was gonna say, but our lizard, very glistening, very wet lizard. And I was gonna go right here and follow Arvin's story path, because in Violet we went to the left to do Nemona's, right? I mean, they're both mixed, like their storylines go all around the map, so it's not like necessarily like if I go right it's only gonna be Arvin, and if I go left it's only gonna be Nemona. But I think they both take the charge for a little bit, like until the first mission. But yes, I was supposed to go right, and then I was like, oh shit, let me go buy a phone case for this version. So I ran all the way back here just to go to the shop, because that's the only place where I know the shop is, even though I know there's like 10 other shops that are the exact same in this city. But yeah, I bought my Fuecoco phone, and that is when we ended that one episode. So this entire next segment is exploring the area that where I'm about to show you guys. But yes, I really like all the areas so far that I've explored. They've I guess it's only been like 2 or 3 areas, but they've been really distinct and like they have their own charm to them. I really like this portion of the map of the overworld, right? As you see here, it's canyons, right? And it's very maze-like. Like they say that whenever you first. Well, Arvin said that whenever we were first about to go into that area. He was like, make sure you don't get lost. It's very maze-like. That motherfucker was not lying, guys. It is. I got so disoriented sometimes, and like there's a lot of dead ends. But you can like climb on top of it, so it's like it's not that overwhelming. And here we see our first new Pokemon of the 2 episodes. He's hidden by a bush right now, but he is Knackley, the little rock dude. I don't know if you guys have seen him yet. No, I think you guys saw him in Violet, but he is one of my favorites so far that I've encountered. I just think he's really funny looking. Everybody's calling him a Minecraft Pokemon. So here, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I set a waypoint just so I know where the story beat was. But then I see this fucking Charcadet, right, guys? I'm at a loss for words at this point because I thought this motherfucker was rare as fuck. Because everything that I've seen has been like, oh, I ate like 3 sandwiches in order to find this guy and I still can't find him. And like people were complaining about him and I was like, okay, this motherfucker just chilling right here, ready to battle me. And I was like, I need his ass, bro. I need to gobble him up with this fucking Pokeball ASAP, bro. I need him on my team, right? How could I not? He's so fucking cool. I think so far he's one of my favorite Pokemon. Definitely gonna switch him out for the fucking dumbass Flamigo, sorry. Huge difference there. But at least this guy evolves, you know? I was like really disappointed with the Flamingo not evolving. Like, what is that bullshit? But yeah, Charcadet, I like his like little battle stance that he has. And here I think I was just looking for more new Pokemon. Yeah. Just doing a little bit of exploring, you know. I think what I'm going to do for the future for both playthroughs is limit my exploration, right? So I'm just going to like beeline it to storylines. I'm still going to like go after any new Pokemon that I see. Just because I think that's like one of the main highlights of Pokemon to me is finding all the new Pokemon from that game. So I'm still going to go basically in a straight line, do minimal amount of exploring. And if I see any new Pokemon, I'm going to like deviate from the path, but then like get right back on it. Because I could just run around for hours, like literally. When they say open world, they're not kidding. Like you literally I could literally go exploring for hours and hours and hours and like catch every new Pokemon. Especially because of like the things like the climbing glitch where you like jump up backwards to get on top of all the mountains. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but it opens up a lot. And I've already found a couple Pokemon that I don't think I should have been able to find. I was going to show you guys that in this episode, but things got a little messed up. I'll talk about that a little bit further down the line. But then we stroll up here and I see another motherfucking Charcadet, guys. And I'm like, I had to sneak and get his ass from the back. You know what I mean? I need 2 of these motherfuckers to complete my Pokedex. So I, of course, have to battle it. And I forgot to heal my Shroodle at this point. And I was like, you know, it's chill. Like, I get a free attack. And then hopefully, I was really rooting for at least 1 flinch with a bite here again. Like, I flinched the other Charcadet twice in a row. But unfortunately, Charcadet kills my ass with an Ember. And so I'm like, okay, chill. And then I'm like, I'm going to send in Young Goose. Right? No. Yes? Bro, click on somebody. Okay, I sent out Lechonk here to just do a little bit more damage and then catch him. But honestly, I think I could have caught him at this point. This game is pretty easy to catch Pokemon in, especially if you've already caught them before. I've noticed that, like, Pokemon, I've been able to catch a lot of Pokemon from full health that I don't think I should have been able to, but I think the game gives you a slight boost if you've already caught the Pokemon that you're trying to catch again. Which is really weird because there's already a Pokeball designed for that. Like, it's called the Repeat Ball, and it literally specifically gets like a higher boosted chance of catching Pokemon that you've caught before. So it's just really funny to me. I'm assuming that the Pokeball has a lower chance of catching previously caught Pokemon than the Repeat Ball. But yeah, I don't know. They've never like given a boosted chance to the Pokeball no matter what. Like, usually it would just happen every once in a while, like the critical captures that I was talking about. I think the first episode, because that's what I assumed the Pokemon that I caught did. I thought they were critical captures, but I don't think they are. But like the critical captures were like a chance thing. It was like a 1 in 10 chance or 1 in 50 chance that you catch a Pokemon that when you weren't supposed to catch it, and it's like, okay, whatever. So yeah, here I do a bit more exploring, and then I see this motherfucker, and he scared me, dude. He's just so fucking massive. I was like, what are you doing? I literally got scared. I didn't get that scared. Just being dramatic, you know, trying to be entertaining. But no, he looked jarring. Like, I was like, you do not look like a Pokemon, bro. You look like a human. You look like a sumo wrestler, bro. Like, if we're being real, I thought it was a sumo wrestler. All the little like shadows cutting in and out of this game is not good. I notice it every single time it happens. And something else I've noticed that I don't know if it affects the canyons, but like in Violet, when I was like running next to the mountains, the texture moves. It like slithers on the mountainside, and it's really almost nauseating in a sense, where it's like the mountains look like they're moving because of the textures moving, and that shit literally is so disgusting to me. But here we get another call from Arvin telling us about the Stony Cliff Titan, which, spoiler alert, we did not fight this episode. I will 100% fight him next episode, but I was like, I really want to do a bit more exploring, and I was like really looking forward to showing you guys the 2 new Pokemon that I had caught in Violet. I was gonna like backtrack in this game to show you guys those 2 new Pokemon. But I think it's around this time where I was like, I left this area to go back to the other 2 areas to catch those Pokemon, right? Anytime now. Any day now, bro. I actually don't know at what point. Okay. I heal here because all my fucking Pokemon are dead, right? In order to go battle them. And I switch out my Charcadet for the other Charcadet because it was slightly higher level. And we save experience points in this house. And then this little motherfucker walking in. It's one thing. One thing about this game that I really like is the Pokemon that are just like nonchalantly strolling into cameras. Like, honestly, all the time. But like specifically during battles where they just like walk past you like as if nothing's happening. Or if they just like stare at you during the battle. I don't know why, but it's so funny to me. Okay, yeah, so here we fly back to my house. Because I was like, I backtracked all the way back here, and I was like, oh, there's some mountains that look climbable with the glitch. And I was like, I came down here and I looked out into the ocean, and there was the new electric type bird Pokemon, guys. But they weren't spawning, and I was like, maybe it's something like, maybe they're just like really low chance. I'm assuming that they only spawn during the day. So I was like, fuck it. I'll like wait until the day-night cycle ends and we'll come back during the day. So I was like, I'll just go catch the other new Pokemon that I was going to show you guys. So we go back to the lighthouse where I had my first date with Nimona. And I jumped the fuck off of it and make sure not to hit those hop pips. And so this isn't the way I found this guy. I did the glitch jump up the cliff backwards to get up here. But I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to jump off from the lighthouse. And then we see a Gimme Ghoul. I didn't know until recently that you could catch these guys in the chest form. I was assuming that you just needed to get like I don't know, like 100 of the gimme gold coins, and then you would be able to give it to somebody to create the chest form. But no, apparently you can just stroll up to these guys and catch them, and I think the coins are only for his evolution. So earlier you saw me switch Pommy into my team. Well, this other Pommy. I did that specifically because I knew this gimme goal was a level 5 gimme goal. And so in the other game, I really struggled to catch it because I couldn't hit it. Because if I did, it would have died. And I was like, I don't know if you're going to respawn or not. So I'm just going to like keep chucking Pokeballs at you. And I wasted like at least 10 or 15 of them. So in this time, I was like, I'm coming prepared. I'm going to show up with my Pommy. And luckily, I paralyzed his ass. And I know you guys don't know, but paralysis gives you a heightened chance to catch Pokemon. And that's typically what I do to catch legendaries, is like any status effect like sleep, burn, poison, or paralysis. They all give you a heightened chance to catch a Pokemon, right? Sleep gives you the highest odds, but I don't like using it because the Pokemon wake up. And it's really unpredictable. Like sometimes it's 1 turn, sometimes it's 5. And usually sleep moves aren't 100%. Moves that put Pokemon to sleep don't have 100% accuracy. So they're not really that reliable. So I usually prefer to paralyze the Pokemon, even if it's a slightly lower chance, an increased chance than sleep. Because it's permanent. The legendaries can't get rid of the paralysis. So it really helps with like just having that always constantly being there and always having that increased chance of, instead of like having to click on the sleep move again and then miss, or like the Pokemon waking up, so like you don't even get that increased chance. I think it's a more insured chance overall. So here I think I jumped back to where we were. Yeah, okay. I was gonna keep exploring this area until it turned day, right? I did not know this, and so I was like, it's taking a long ass time for this motherfucker to turn back to day. And I googled it because I was assuming the day-night cycle was gonna be like 10 minutes, like 10 minutes day, 10 minutes night. It's 45 minutes, guys. 45 minutes is what it takes for it to be day. I did this recording at like 12:30 at night, and I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna wait until 1:30 to finish recording this episode just to catch one more Pokemon. Like, nah. But I did not know this, and like I think even at this point I still didn't know that it wasn't gonna turn day. But here is another interesting thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. That little stake right there, the glowing stick sticking in the ground, it is tied to the gate that I had mentioned earlier. I think it was like one of the first 3 episodes for the series. The gate that I said reminded me of Shang-Chi. It's tied to that, but I will not spoil what these things do or what those gates are holding. I'm just gonna leave that as a surprise for you guys later on in the series. I almost told you guys when I was recording this, but thankfully I didn't, because I think I don't know. I just think it's going to be a nice talking point whenever we finally get to that. And maybe even if like I have a couple stakes that I haven't found, I'll make like a quick video, like cutting to me finding all the stakes, basically. Yeah, whatever. So here I find this office worker, and I choose to battle him because at this point I still didn't know about the day-night cycle taking that long. So I was like, I might as well battle to like waste some time. So I send in my Knackley, and I finally remember to terrastalize. I kept forgetting to terrastalize to show you guys what it would look like on my end. I was supposed to do it in the other Penny fight that we did, but I just kept forgetting because I'm already like, I'm an idiot, but I also forget. Like, I don't focus during the battles whenever I talk to you guys. Like, it's really hard for me to focus on me talking and then also play the video game. So I was just like mindlessly clicking on like attack moves, right? So yeah, I just kept forgetting to terrestrialize, but I was like, no, we're going to do this. And the hat that he has, Nakli, at first I thought it was like a Roman temple or a Greek temple. But it's basically it's just a gemstone ring, and like little gemstones around it. I don't think it's my favorite design for the hats. There's a couple other hats that I've seen for the like terrestrialization. Some of them are really good. Some of them are pretty bad, honestly. But this one's like mid tier to me. At this point, I was like really panicking. I don't know why Jigglypuff is doing this much damage to me, dude. Like a rock type should not be getting hit by this much damage by normal type moves. But luckily, we hang in there and we managed to knock out the Jigglypuff. But this motherfucker still has one more Pokemon. Something that I've heard about this game that I don't really like is that the trainers, I'm pretty sure all of them, if not the vast majority of them, only have 1 or 2 Pokemon. And I really don't like that because usually, like, it's not a direct correlation to how hard the Pokemon game is, but it definitely makes it like more challenging to like switch out Pokemon. Like your Pokemon are gonna take more damage in the battle in general if there's more Pokemon and there's a higher, like, they just have more chances to hit you. So your Pokemon are gonna die faster or whatever. It just makes it harder on the surface if there's more than 2 Pokemon per teams. So not really looking forward to that. I hope that the gym leaders have more than 4 Pokemon. Recently, it's been like this really weird trend that in the 3D games, especially, gym leaders do not bring a lot of Pokemon to the like your battles with them, which is so dumb to me. Like, they're meant to be like this gauge of how strong your team is and like basically roadblocks in your progression. So the fact that they like there's so many of them with only 3 Pokemon, yeah, I haven't been a fan of that for the last couple years. But I have no idea how many Pokemon each of these gym leaders have. I know like their typings or whatever, but I have no idea what their teams are comprised of. We'll see, I guess, later on in the series. And here, my Charcadet almost gets fucking beat up as well. I noticed that in this team and the other team for Violet, my Pokemon are really frail. Like, they get hit by... like, they take a lot of damage every time they get hit. And I don't know why. Like, I was... like, it's not because they're low level, because the Pokemon we're fighting are the exact same level. I just don't know why. I thought Nakli especially would be really high defensively. But he's not. Oh, and here I teach him Rock Polish. It's a move for mostly only rock type Pokemon. A move that makes him faster. I'm not sure how often I'm going to use it in this playthrough. I don't typically like using non-damaging moves in playthroughs. Like, competitive for sure, but I don't think it's worth it in a playthrough like this. Especially if the trainers only have 2 Pokemon, you can't really set up on them. So here is the last bit of exploration that we do for this episode. I probably should catch one of those Mankeys to get the new Mankey evolution. Spoiler alert. But here, I finally find one of the Pokemon that I was like really looking forward to finding. And it's Lechonk's evolution. This motherfucker almost swept my entire team. Yeah, you can catch basically any Pokemon that you encounter. Like, as you see, he's a lot higher level than I am. Or she, sorry. But you can go basically anywhere in this game, and the only thing stopping you from catching a Pokemon is how strong your Pokemon are. Like, but yes, I was really excited to find this Oinkologne because I don't really want to like level up Lechonk if I don't have to. So the fact that I found his evolutions already means that I can just bench Lechonk and then keep the evolutions as well, and I don't have to waste my time like leveling them up. But something that I've noticed, especially in recent days, from what I've seen, is like you can catch mostly all of the fully evolved Pokemon for the new Pokemon that are in this game. And I hate that. I really hate that, because like I want to train them and I want to level them up and I want to evolve them, but I lose the incentive if I'm like, oh, this Pokemon takes like 30 levels to evolve. Why would I do that if I could just find him literally at any time I want? Like I could go over to a random ass mountain and catch a level, well, catch the evolution to the Pokemon that I wanted to train. And so it sucks. Like there's so many of them that I wanted to use, and like I guess I can still use them, but yeah, that's just something that I really like in old Pokemon games, is like catching them and training them and like evolving them, and that being the only way to get those Pokemon. But from what I've seen, like I'm thinking like 90% of the fully evolved Pokemon that you can, like the new ones that you can get in this game, you can just find them. And so I'm like kind of sad about that, because I really wanted like team build. But yes, that is it. Bye guys.